honeybee, don't blame me for highfalutin' it. I've got a horn, brother, I'm a tootin' it. She's just a wonderful pal. She's just a wonderful gal. Wow, what a gal. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. We are the Chordial. Boy, oh boy, it's hard to see you out there. I didn't realize how dirty my glasses were until I saw these lights. Wow. It really tells you something. Nice to see you all here tonight. We're here tonight to salute the masters, and that's really something, because we have a lot of masters in song. We have masters in a lot of things. You know, there was a country about, back in the 1939-40 era, who thought they were the master race, if you recall. Some of you might. That was Germany during the Second World War. And it took us about 5 years to prove to them that they weren't the master race. And during that time, some very unusual happenings came about. There was a place over in England that was very well remembered because of when the bombers used to go from England to bomb Germany, and then when they come back, they would always look for the White Cliffs of Dover. That was their landmark, that they knew they were back in England, across the Strait of Dover, back into England, and they were safe again. And this became such a noteworthy thing about the Second World War that a gal named Alice Miller wrote a poem about the White Cliffs of Dover, and suddenly somebody wrote a song, and eventually there became a movie, and we thought the song was very beautiful, and we'd like to sing it for you now, entitled The White Cliffs of Dover. When night shadows fall, I always recall out there across the sea, twilight falling down on a little town. It's fresh in my memory. I hear a mother pray and to her baby say, baby, don't you cry, this is her lullaby. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. Wait and see, there'll be love and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow, when the world is free, the shepherd will tend his sheep. The valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow, when the world is free. Just you wait and see. Thank you very much. This time I'd like to introduce some of the fellows here in the quartet. On my left is Bob Kishbaugh, our tenor. Bob is a retired school teacher from the Bethlehem district. I don't know if you notice or not, but Bob wears hearing aids. And he kind of introduced me to hearing aids, and he says, boy, he didn't realize how much he missed in life until he started to wear them. He said when he finally got the hearing aids, he said everything just kind of opened up for him. He said he knew everything that was going on around him, and he was involved in all the different conversations. It was really a nice new experience for him. So I said, what kind is it? And he said, it's 3/4. But they do help some. They really do. Over here is our baritone, Bob Zabel. That was a dirty laugh.
She just got it.
I know who that is.
This is Bob Zabel. That's what you were laughing at, right? Bob and I are neighbors, kind of, and we play a lot of golf together, and usually Saturday mornings we'll meet at the local diner, and we have breakfast, then we'll go off and we'll play 18 holes and get all mad at the world, and then we make up again after it's over. But one morning, Bob comes into the diner, and he's not very happy. He's grumbling about the weather, and he's grumbling about the fact that his clubs aren't clean, and everything's unsettled with him. He's just not having a good morning. And I said to him, Bob, I said, did you wake up crabby this morning? He says, no, I left her asleep. So that immediately told me what his whole problem was, and we didn't discuss it any further. You know, talking about masters again, we better get back to this. There was a master that happened on Broadway that was probably the greatest thing that ever happened to barbershop, because there was a show called The Music Man. And Meredith Willson wrote this thing, and he wrote the words and the music and the whole thing. And he had a wonderful quartet called the Buffalo Bills starring in this thing, and that did so much for barbershop that it was, I guess it was probably the first, I did hear something about this, it was the first musical that was ever played in China. Now that might sound funny, but that's the truth. They played the Music Man in China, and that was the first Broadway show that they ever reproduced for over there. So there's a lot of wonderful music, a lot of wonderful barbershop music that was done from there, and we'd like to do a song from that show, from the Music Man, entitled Light a Rose.
Now here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you be mine, be mine. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, to get the sun back in my sky. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion I'll pop the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Light a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you be mine, be mine. Light a rose, I'm home fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you be mine? Light a rose, oh, light a rose, oh, light a rose.
And by the way, I'm crabby.
You don't have to introduce her now.
I was going to tell you who she was, but I guess that's not necessary at this point. Another master we'd like to tell you about, one that all of you probably know about, a man named Al Jolson, one of the finest entertainers ever in the entertainment world, especially on the vaudeville stage, which is where barbershop kind of all got its wings and where we got our start. We'd like to sing a song now that was probably one of Al's very famous songs. It's entitled "There's a Rainbow Around My Shoulder."
I'm happy, so happy, walking on air. Though I am the wherefore is someone I care for. Therefore I'm yelling, I'm telling folks everywhere. I know that she loves me, so what do I care? So what do I care? There's a rainbow round my shoulder and the sky a blue above. Oh, the sun shines bright, the world's all right 'cause I'm in love. There's a rainbow round my shoulder and it fits me like a glove. Let it blow and storm, but I'll be warm 'cause I'm in love. Hallelujah, how the folks will stay when they see that I'm in solitaire. Now my little sugar baby is going to where? Yes, sir. There's a rainbow round my shoulder and the sky a blue above. And I'm shouting so the world will know that I'm in love. How the folks will stare when they see that I'm in solitaire. Now my little sugar baby is going to where? Yes, sir. There's a rainbow round my shoulder and the sky a blue above. And I'm shouting so the world will know I'm in love. I'm in love.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our lead, Mr. Carl Roberts. Carl, come here a minute. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Now, I understand that you go to church every Sunday.
I try to, yes, every Sunday.
Well, I bet I have a question for you, Carl,
Oh.
that you're not going to get right.
You do?
Yes, I
don't
do.
think so, no.
All right, here it is.
No.
Here it is. What's the name of God's son?
God's son.
God's son.
That's easy. Jesus.
I knew you wouldn't get it right. I knew you wouldn't get it
What
right.
do you mean?
It's Andy.
Andy.
Yeah.
Andy.
And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he... See, I told you wouldn't get it right, Carl. I knew you wouldn't get it right. Let me get a little more serious right now. In every quartet's repertoire, they like to feature the best song or best voice in the quartet. And tonight they won't be able to do that because I didn't learn the notes yet. But we are planning to feature our bass, Mr. Larry Regan, on a beautiful ballad. I believe the title of this one is "They Can Lock Me Up for Loving You, but They Can't Keep My Face from Breaking Out." The wrong one. Oh, it's his other favorite one. We really would like to feature Larry on a beautiful song, simply entitled "Old Man River."
Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away from the white man boss. Show me that Aldi River, Jordan. That's the old stream that I long to cross. Old Man River, that old man river, he must know something, but don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling, he keeps on rolling along. He don't plant taters, he don't plant cotton, and them that plants 'em is soon forgotten. But old man River, he keeps on rolling along, rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, but he's all aching and racked with pain. Tote that barge and lift that bale. Get a little drunk and you'll land in jail. I get weary and sick of trying. I'm tired of living and feared of dying. But old man River, he just keeps rolling along. Just keeps rolling along.
Anyway, this has been fun. We certainly are pleased to be a part of the show tonight, and we'd like to close now with a song that we feel is really a masterpiece. This is a song that is, I feel, very appropriate for this time of year, this time of in our lives, because it's an election year and we're sure hearing a lot about our country, whether it be good or bad, whatever, but we're hearing a lot of it. And there was a song written by a lady named Catherine Lee Bates back in the late 1800s that almost became our national anthem in place of the Star Spangled Banner, and we'd like to sing it for you now. It's America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the human plains. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
to say. He said, don't start sighing, don't you start crying. Go back home today. Pack up all my care and woe, here I go singing low. Bye, 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 blackbird, bye, bye, where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet. Bye, bye, blackbird, no one here can love or understand me. Oh, what are the stories they all had me. Make my bed and light the light, I'll arrive late tonight, blackbird. Bye, bye, don't sigh, blackbird, don't cry, blackbird. So long, you blackbird, bye, bye. So long, you blackbird, bye, bye.
The first half of the show dealt with some of the great composers of modern times. Now we'd like to spotlight some of the great performers. Our next two songs will spotlight two performers from the golden age of the big band sound. The first one spent most of her life, early life, performing in Harlem in some of the clubs. She made her Broadway debut and starred opposite Ricardo Montalban in the Jamaica Inn, and that skyrocketed her to stardom. The second was born in Hoboken, New Jersey, and he won the Major Bowles Original Talent Show. He also was the very, very first certified teen idol. He sang with the Harry James and the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra, and he became known as the chairman of the board. I'm talking about Miss Lena Horne and Mr. Frank Sinatra, and we'd like to sing two of the songs that made them famous. The first one will be directed by our assistant director, Sue Nicorot. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more, once more. Echo, echo, everything I have is gone. Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time, raining all the time. When he went away, the blues walked in and met me. If he stays away, old rocking chair will get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more, once more. Echo, everything I have is gone. Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. thank you. Do the songs Somewhere Over the Rainbow and Boogie Woogie Bugle Boys sound familiar? Of course they do. The first one was made famous by Judy Garland. She was born Frances Gum, and she started singing with her sisters as the Gum Sisters, but soon ventured out of her on her own. She became a star of the movie that we remember her most by, The Wizard of Oz, which this song is from. The other song was made famous by a group called the Andrews Sisters. We gave away one of their tapes earlier this evening. And more recently, by Bette Midler. Here to give us their rendition of these two great songs are two girls from Somerset Valley Chorus and two girls from our Lehigh Valley Chorus, better known as Champagne.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true.